Famed for being visible from space, Australia's Great Barrier Reef covers 133,000 square miles and is one of the most stunning natural attractions in the world. But what took 8,000 years to develop naturally could completely disappear within our lifetimes. A combination of rising ocean temperatures, water pollution, ocean acidification and cyclones continually pummeling the reef have caused mass coral bleaching, which increases the chances of the coral dying. If the reef did disappear, then it would be disastrous. Countless sea life depends on it, and the shelter, is protection from predators for these little fishy guys. The extinction of the reef would ultimately create a domino effect that would trickle down to those who depend on fish for food and livelihood, i.e. humans. Not to mention the unforeseen effects that the destruction of this whole ecosystem would have, because these ecosystems that we're talking about, they affect us. You might not see it, you might not think it to be true, but it is. It's a domino effect that eventually is going to cause us grief. So yeah, go and see some of these beautiful places, but also maybe just try and do your bit for the environment too. The Dead Sea is famed as not only being the world's lowest spot, but also for its high saline content, meaning people float within the water. Lots of salt in the water makes you float. Lots of fun. It's even thought that the minerals contained within it have healing properties. Unfortunately, the Dead Sea has shrunk by a third and sank 70 feet in the last 4 decades. The River Jordan is the sea's only water source, and as neighbouring countries constantly draw more water from the river, less and less of it reaches the sea. Add to this the various cosmetic companies which constantly drain the sea for its minerals, and scientists estimate that we'll only have about 50 years before the whole thing has completely disappeared. It's almost like something out of a science fiction novel, Here's this big sea full of healing properties, but we're draining it and putting it into bottles. Aren't we silly? It's known as the home of romance, best known for its canals and bridges, but in the next 100 years, Venice in Italy may have disappeared under the water completely. Venice's canals have long been slowly sinking, but rising water levels have also increased the number of severe floods that the city has suffered every year. Some scientists even believe these floods are causing the city to start tilting to the east and head out into the Adriatic Sea. Unless more is done about this subsidence, Venice may one day become a modern Atlantis. Except obviously, we'll know that it did exist. Atlantis, still a bit shaky. Most people know Madagascar from the series of animated movies of the same name. The one with the penguins. Everybody likes the penguins, but its familiar forests may soon be gone within about 35 years. These areas once were 120,000 square miles, but now down to 20,000 are being destroyed by loggers, being burnt for subsistence on farms, and being destroyed by poachers. If they go, then so does the flora and fauna along with it, 80% of which isn't found anywhere else on the earth. That's a lot of stuff just gone forever. It's no surprise that the lowest lying country in the world is the one at the most risk of being lost to rising sea levels being caused by global warming. The Maldives sits at an average of only 4 feet 11 inches above sea level, and already several of the island's national beaches are being endangered. So sure are the nation's governments of the impending doom that they're already looking to purchase land elsewhere for its citizens to relocate to. That's pretty grim. Although the structural problems it's suffering may not cause the whole building to fall down, India's Taj Mahal is likely to be permanently closed to the public within the next 5 years, meaning the opportunity to see inside of this amazing mausoleum will disappear. A combination of air pollution and visitors has begun to disintegrate the white marble facade of the structure, making this drastic decision to close its doors sadly necessary. Even though the entire world is being affected by global warming, it's the Arctic which heats up twice as fast as everywhere else. This means that should temperatures continue to rise, then Alaska's northern tundra may become nothing but a memory. The melting permafrost could reshape the land in something completely different to what stands today, totally altering its fragile ecosystem. While the Alps themselves may not be disappearing anytime soon, the icy conditions for which they're famous certainly might do. 3% of alpine ice is lost every year due to the effects of global warming, and at this rate almost every glacier in the Alps may be completely gone by 2050. This would drastically change the supply of drinking and irrigation water, leading to more falling rocks and cripple the European ski industry. I've never been skiing. I'd quite like to, so hopefully not all of the mountains won't stop being icy. Just save a couple for me, yeah? It's a sad but true fact that in 15 years' time, the Glacier National Park in Montana is unlikely to contain any glaciers at all, which means it'll probably have to change its name. Heartbreaking. When it was founded in 1910, the park was home to about 150 glaciers, and today there are less than 25. Should they all disappear, it will not only likely require the park to change its name, as mentioned, but it will also have a drastic effect on the entire ecosystem. It may be the most visited glacier in North America, but the Athabasca Glacier in Alberta, Canada is disappearing very quickly. In the 125 years that it's been getting smaller for, its southern edge has retreated now by nearly a mile. It's believed to be shrinking at its fastest rate yet, between 6 and 10 feet every year. So if you do want to kind of see it, if you've got a little I Spy Glacier book going on, then do try and see it now before it's too late.